Critical Me Review, checking in. We got a special guest tonight. So what did you think about the story? Because we all know the iconic Barbie.
I feel like they did a great job with the story and creating a story that no one can really see coming, in my opinion. The story, me, myself, or you, everyone out there, none of us saw what they were going to come up with, and everyone was intrigued by it. So I feel like walking in, being a fan of the Ken dolls as a kid, I wasn't know what to expect. Playing with the movie and to tie in the way they put the story in with all the colors and all the, I would say, theatrical behind it, I would go an 8.
I appreciate that rating, and I don't really know the story of Barbie. It was very interesting to see the story of Barbie told with the expectations that are put upon, and at the end of the day, the values that were kind of instilled with all of this. And to me, this was inspiring. I think anybody who has always kind of wondered what Barbie actually was, like, and you're not, it depends. Like, this is a movie for everybody. I think that it'll be nostalgic. It'll maybe make you remember a bit more of where you come from and what was important to you, and just that nostalgia to look back on and go, oh, and to check in, and that's powerful. I mean, I'm gonna rate this story because Mattel, yes, there's a lot of stuff driven, but this is a 9. This is a really, because it really makes you think as well. And I feel like this is a movie that you could watch again, and there was some advanced things that they had going on. There was multiple layers of stuff like that, and it would make you think, and then you'd be thinking, and other things were going on, and then
Be totally like, wow, that just happened.
yeah, and it almost took you into your own thought process. But so there was deep things going on, and I could really see and appreciate that as Eric Douglas.
A 9 is really good. You're right. We're very similar. We're very close in the rating, by the way.
Yes. So entertainment value.
Oh wow, entertainment value. I was entertained throughout the whole movie. There was entertainment coming from when you didn't least expect it.
Would you pay to see this movie full price? Was it worth that? I mean, we saw it
absolutely.
at a budget, but is this worth going out to the
I
theater to
would
go
have
see?
paid $12 to see this movie.
Okay.
So I would give it also an 8, in my opinion.
I'm gonna rate the entertainment value on this. Just because it was the fun level that it was, I laughed.
Really fun.
I laughed quite a bit. There was
You were
quite
laughing
a bit of humor in this thing. I don't know if it was the normal me, but I was definitely entertained with the lines and the way they did the whole thing. So I'm going to rate this one at a 9 as well. Again, I was entertained. I got to say, at the end of the day, it's hard to make people laugh, and I feel like they weren't. Sometimes people are trying too hard. That's just, so performance, I think that this was a great cast. I don't think they could have had a better group of people that they kind of put together with this whole thing. And when you see some of the other characters that come in, who they had in sub roles,
Surprise cast.
yeah. And it's a good one. It's a good one who they have, and they help deliver. This is a comedy, and they're not really advertising it as a comedy. It does take you on an emotional ride, so I can see the drama, but it's more. It was more of a comedy than I thought, and I'm glad that they didn't push it as a comedy to where you're going to see the funniest thing out there, because I think that made it better. And I think the performances were solid. I mean, there's going to be no Oscar nominations out of this, but it was an 8 for the performance. What would you say about the performance today?
I think Ryan Gosling did a great job, and obviously Margot Robbie worked really well together. Honestly, an 8 on my end as well. Never a dull moment at all. I was laughing, you were laughing. We're sitting there chuckling.
There's some funny lines. Some funny lines that I think that people will start using, and
we might get a couple of people that just want a beach.
Yeah, it's true.
I just want a beach.
Going into the artistry, this is obviously a big budget. It's Mattel. The way that they kind of almost went between worlds, the artistry. I mean, you're seeing high-level productions on a lot of scales. I'm going to say it was solid. It's an 8.
I have a lot of people dressing up for Barbie. It's Halloween coming up in the next month.
Yeah, 100%.
It's going to be all throughout. A lot of Kens.
I think some shirts as well. There's going to be some merchandise from this whole thing. There was some entertaining pieces.
I'm going to work out more just so I can be a Ken for Halloween. Artistry, is that where we're going here with this?
Yeah, that's where we're on.
I'm sticking to my 8
because
it was that good.
How would you rate the vibe?
The vibe when we walk in, seats are packed. When you got packed seats on a movie that came over the weekend, and still going all into Tuesday. It's a good feeling.
1 to 10 on your vibe.
I'll go 9 on vibe.
I love that. Yeah.
Definitely.
Because to me, there's something about seeing a movie, the experience of seeing it in the theater. There was a couple other people laughing around us, and I feel like we were kind of feeding off each other's laughs and whatnot. And that makes for such an entertaining experience. I mean, it reminds you just going out to the movies with your friends and just to be entertained.
You can go see Barbie with your buddies and have a good vibe like we are.
You could, you know what, you could, because the way the Kens were out, they did a good job of balancing out the entertainment.
Yes.
I feel like I went in with an expectation of like, oh, this was going to be all right, and I was going to be somewhat entertained, and it exceeded that and I like that it kind of like set a low bar for this thing. It's like as much hype is out there, they did a really good job of not. So I'm going to say for a vibe, just because I haven't kind of laughed that much at a film, and I was, you know what? This is Eric Douglas. I'm going to rate this thing at a 9 for the vibe, because this was a great night.
That's right.
I'm glad that, and I don't even know if I would have come see this, but Troy was like, let's go see this.
I made him come see it.